Monday morning, everybody. It is the 23rd of February, 2026. And I'm up and about early this morning. Been to town to the local county courthouse to take care of some DMV work and swung by the insurance agent. Took care of some insurance work too there this morning. And why? I'll show you right now. Finally got something that I've been needing for a long time. I learned something new the other day. I learned that diarrhea is actually hereditary. Yeah, it runs in your genes. And now let's move on to today's show. Oh, bad pun. Well, welcome back, everybody. What I ended up with that I had to go to the DMV for is this. It ain't pretty by any means, but I got one. Okay, so what did I end up with? Well, I ended up with a 1989 Ford F-250. I'm not particularly nuts about Fords. It just happens to be what I had access to. The price was right. Mechanically, it's okay. It has speedometer drive gears that need to be replaced. And it does have a leak in the power steering return hose. Minor thing there. And I think the drive gears for the speedometer are minor. Other than that, it needs a good paint job. But I got this so I can pull a trailer with my tractors on it. And if I get in hit and miss engines, I can build a trailer for those too. So yeah, I finally got something I can pull something with. I thought the old 1981 half-ton would do what my 1970 half-ton did, and it won't. And not even close with that 3-speed on the column gearbox. So picked us up this weekend in between rainstorms and snow blizzards and whatever, and we're going to get her fixed up a little bit and put her back to work. And for too long here, I'll take you down. We'll pick up a trailer, and here in the next month or so, we'll get a trailer and see how she pulls. I haven't been exactly sitting on my tuchus either. The weather has been bad. We've had blizzards, snowstorms with accumulated amounts, high winds, cold temperatures. Yeah, we've had the full gamut of what we expect for wintertime weather around here. Although it's sunny right now today, we're expecting the next 3 days of cold snow, rain, and wind. So, yeah, it's going to get nasty again. Anyway, let me show you what else I have been picking up to help get things done around the place here, so we can get on with doing stuff. One of the things I've picked up recently to help me out in the shop is this little 3.5 gallon parts washer. Yeah, it sits right on top of a workbench, so that's actually going to be about the right size for what I need in my shop. The only drawback I have with that little 3.5 gallon parts washer is it cannot use solvents, actual petroleum-based solvents like actual Stoddard solvent, diesel, kerosene, that sort of thing. It has to use a water-based solvent. So I've been dragging my feet on testing it out and using it because I don't want it in the house smelling up the house. I don't know what the odor is of that purple Simple Green, but I can't imagine it's all that wonderful if it's mixed with like old oils and greases and that sort of thing. So I gotta wait till it actually warms up and stays above freezing outside in the shop so I can actually use this thing, because it does take a water-based solvent for the cleaning agent. So when we get warmed up here in another month, we'll be having that out there in the shop and using that, and that will be part of Stinky's Christmas present that we're going to be working on. Now, when I say the little parts washer has something to do with Stinky's Christmas present, it does. I picked up a new set of front hubs for the little 8N Ford. And the reason why I did that is because of the lug bolts. I'll go out and show you here in a minute, but somebody really buggered up the bolt on those original hubs. So we got a good pair of old originals with bearings, bushings, and shims and gaskets and whatever in it. So we're going to throw them in there, clean that up. I also have a few extra little gizmos that I bought for Stinky the 8N Ford. Yes, I am going to be doing a little bit of work on it this summer, trying to maintain it and keep it running for a little bit longer. But right now, priority is getting the Super M finished and taking care of the new pickup and getting a trailer for that. While we're here, let me give you an update on the Super M. Okay, the mechanic shop has got the Super M block back. They got all the bearings and everything in it. The crankshaft, everything fit beautiful. Put new camshaft bearings in it. Those went in without a hitch. They tried putting the camshaft in it. The bearings were too small an inside diameter for the camshaft. Now, I don't know if the bearings swelled on one end when they were pushing them into the block or just what the deal is. Anyway, I said, well, just take a hone and run a hone through it and make those bushings or those bearings a little bit bigger. Well, that's exactly what they did, and a brand new set of hones come apart inside the last bushing that they were working on. Destroyed the bearings for the camshaft, or that one back bearing or front bearing, whichever one it was. Just absolutely destroyed it. So they bought another set of camshaft bearings to put back in that block, and haven't heard of any other issues or even from the shop since then, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that we'll get some good news this week that they got her put back together and it's running. You know, they say that with age comes wisdom. So if that's the case, I don't have wrinkles. I just have wisecracks. Okay, now I'll show you why we're changing out the hubs on the front end of Stinky, the 8N Ford tractor. Pardon me while I shut this, keep the cat out. Last thing I want to do is lock the cat up in here. Yeah, that'd make it kind of stinky after a while. Okay, I don't know if you can see it on these nuts, but right in the middle of them, of the face, you can see those notches. Yeah, those are some sort of a locking nut. And believe me when I tell you, those don't unscrew off of those bolts. I can't get them loose. And when I had new tires put on the tractor last, even the tire company that come out with their big air-powered tools couldn't get them apart. And that's because whoever owned Stinky before I got a hold of it, you can see right there, they've put hex nuts in there. They aren't the round head with the flat side to go up against that hub. Yeah, now I could have bought new bolts to put in all the way around here, all 6 of them on each wheel. But that would have actually cost me more than just buying the 2 used hubs with the bearings in it and stuff that I got. Plus shipping from Fleabay. So that's the way we went. So yeah, I got an extra set of hubs. But yeah, the only way the tire company could put those new tires on was completely disassemble the hubs. So they disassembled them and repacked it, and didn't send me a bill for the repacking part and disassembling it. But yeah, I need to change this right front wheel. The reason being, you may notice that this rim is bent from right about here down to right underneath the knee part of this drop spindle. Yeah, so that rim, or wheels, it's going down the road's doing this number. Yeah, and it isn't bad, but it ain't right. As yet, I haven't got any heat source in the shop yet, and I still have a window that's been knocked out since that storm gone through a month or so ago. So yeah, it's kind of cold here and breezy in the shop. Not real good working conditions, other than I'm not technically totally outside. But yeah, today is just a little show and tell, and we'll get back with you here in about a week when the weather turns nice again, gets up in the mid to upper 50s, maybe even a low 60, and we'll change out these hubs. Now, on to Stinky's other Christmas present. Here's the thought for today. Why is giving birth called a delivery? when it really ought to be called a takeout. Yeah. Now, for those of you that are familiar with an 8N Ford, you know there's brake linkage right back there with a pawl that hooks into a little bar with the teeth measured into it or made into it that locks the right rear wheel to keep it from rolling. Well, I picked up off of Fleabay this gadget. It has the notches on the one end, and it goes on that cast brake arm on its pivot thing down there. You can see that arm. There's a pivot right there, point where it actuates and has the pawl on it that hooks into that bar that runs vertical right there. So this gizmo with the knob on it sits right down in here like that, and it's where you can reach it without running interference with the lift knob for the hydraulics. Now for me, that's going to be a welcome addition because I can't reach over and down very easily, if at all, yet. What with my knees and my hips still having issues. So that is going to be a plus on the safety scale for me to be able to use that. So yeah, as soon as it warms up enough where we can get Stinky out, get a chisel in there to open up that clamped part of that bar that goes up and down, that casting, with the pawl that's pinned onto the end of it. Got to get a chisel in there, open that up so that slides out so that we can replace the little short piece of pawl, P-A-W-L, that's got the teeth in it, with that lever with that thing on it. So it'll hook into that plate that's got the teeth machined into it. So yeah, we'll have a parking brake on Stinky. Now there's other attachments you can get for 8N Fords as well, like a foot-powered gas pedal. Don't know that I'm going to go that way just yet, but I might eventually, just for something fun to throw on the little tractor to scoot around town with, or whatever we're going to end up doing with it. Now once we get the Super M rebuilt and get it back here to the house, get the trailer for the pickup, get the pickup all sorted out. The only other thing we're probably going to work on this year, besides maybe the garden, and restoring smaller antique old iron stuff, is we're going to maintain Stinky a little bit here. It definitely needs a new PTO shaft on the back end of it, because the one that it's got is starting to twist, and it's the littler 1.1 I've got a new shaft for the thing that's got the I can't remember now if I got the same size or if I got one the 1.3 Anyway, we'll dig it out of the box and we'll look at it again. But we'll change that out, and while that's out, we may even drop the hydraulic pump, change it as well. So we'll do that, and you'll be along for that as well. So for other projects yet coming up, besides working on Stinky a little bit here, is we've got to get the rest of my tractor collection and the implements for like the Super C back over here. So that'll be something we'll be doing with the new truck and a trailer. We got to get a fence built to hide all that stuff here in the backyard. Or rebuilt a fence. They got blown down in that windstorm. Plus, we've got to get the front end loader off of the little CA Alice that's over at my buddy Dale's place, and get that tractor home and start working on that. Now, there'll be a couple of the tractors that have engines that are stuck, so we'll be soaking them in some sort of mystery oil to loosen them up before we send them in to be rebuilt. Anyway, that's going to do it for this shortened episode of Dave's Old Iron. Just a quick update before I freeze to death out here, because it is rather cool today. Yeah, just letting you know what's going on, why we haven't had a video out, as the weather's been horrible and this window over here is missing a pane of glass in it. So it's pretty drafty and cold in here. I haven't got the heater put in. We are going to need to put a new roof on the thing. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on this summer. In fact, my son has even volunteered to put in a lawn sprinkler system. So that'll be one of the projects we got to do around the place as well. I know that doesn't have anything to do with old iron and that sort of thing, but it's stuff I've got to have done to help me with my mobility issues because of my knees. So yeah, on we roll. Anyway, appreciate you all for watching the video to the end. Hopefully you'll give it a thumbs up. If not, let me know what you think of it in the comments, and we'll try to accommodate accordingly. And as always, thank you for all you that have subscribed. And for those of you that haven't subscribed yet, I wish you would. And just to help out my algorithms, if nothing else, so I know I'm on the right track to bring you content that you all like. And if you recall, way back when I got this channel started so my 3 grandkids could keep track of what Grandpa was doing. So we're up about 955 or so viewers right now, or subscribers. So I'd like to make that 1,000. Anyway, we'll catch up with you later. I'm Dave, wishing you well. Bye-bye for now.